On October 3, Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives threatened to do something unprecedented in American history. A group on the far right had made a proposal to dismiss their leader. Spokesperson Kevin McCarthy. Before the last vote, McCarthy's allies made some words to defend him. The third member to curvature was the 59-year-old Republican Jim Jordan, who has been the party's most influential rebel for years. His colleagues called him the other president of the assembly because of his frequent maneuvers against leadership. But this time his voice was calm. He was there not to bury McCarthy, but to praise. Kevin McCarthy was very solid, Jordan said. He was wearing a dark suit jacket that looked almost exotic on his shoulders. When he stands out as the assembly routinely does in the committee room and conservative television, he almost always has shirt sleeves and talks with a quick diction that can make him look like an auctioneer who has encountered a street preacher. Listeners who share his troubles are inspired, often those who have little idea of what he is talking about. Jordan did not sponsor a draft law that was enacted once during his 17-year career in Congress. Instead, he is looking for victims of liberal conspiracies. The most famous of these is Donald Trump, where Jordan refused to approve the election loss in 2020. Now Jordan has described successes achieved Republican Assembly in previous 9 months. And according to him, his prejudices against conservatives' ministries of justice and homeland security. He marked a list of investigations into far-right famous cases that exposed U.S. intrigues, deep state regarding the 2020 presidential election, abuse of office. These successes continued. The speaker took place during the McCarthy period. None this would have happened, however, if it were not Jordan, who is currently the head of the House Representatives Justice Committee. Jordan was keeping McCarthy in a respect, while at the same time dusting his own resume. The next morning, after voting for the dismissal of 8 Republican McCarthy, with each House of Representatives, Jordan announced himself that he was a candidate for the parliament's presidency. He immediately became 200 supporters. His race marked a shocking change both in Congress and in the Republican Party. The Speaker is not only second to presidency, determines the entire legislative agenda of room. According his own confession, Jordan did not come to Washington to enact more laws. His fame had risen as a political shooter, initiator of partisan investigations. He made himself stand out as a true believer at a conference attended by skeptics. No one was so aggressive in prosecuting the party's paranoia or so creative in fueling the sense of victimization. The bad guys in the plans he brought to power could come from anywhere. One of them was Kate Starbird, a computer scientist at the University of Washington. Starby